Hi, welcome to 231. We're going to do the assignment of creating your movie poster. So you have all the instructions on the tutorial and assignments, and we're going to do step by step. So first of all, you go to Google search and you find a poster that you want. For example, I want to do my favorite movie, and I'm going to go to images. I can also write poster that might be helpful. And then I'm going to tools and choosing size that it's going to be a large size. So just making sure that the size of the movie that I'm choosing is going to be big enough. And you can see here it's 1000 on 1500. That's good enough in the size that I want. There is here, and I'm thinking this might be like easier, so I'm gonna go with this one. And what you need to do is not to save from here. You need to do view image, and then when you click on it, you're gonna get to the image itself. You have this little magnifying glass, so make it as big as you can, and only then you do save image as, and you would put it on desktop and save it as the name of the movie. So I'm gonna save it, saved it already, and replace it here. Okay, so I have now the my picture that I'm gonna put there. So you need to have your picture and then have the picture of the poster, and then you're gonna open it with Photoshop. So you can do it like that and open it with Photoshop. You can go down and click here on Photoshop, and here I have the poster. You can see here that it's in 66%. I'm gonna make it bigger because I want to see all the elements. And so the first thing would be the title, that I want to change the title. So I'm gonna use a tool that we haven't been seeing yet, which is this one, and it's the stamp. So it's cloning stamp. So what I need to do is to use that in order to erase the title without it seeing that it even existed. So I'm going to press on the keyboard that names is Option. It's near the command, between the command and the control on your keyboard. And you see that it's changing to look what is the color it's going to choose. So I'm choosing the light blue. I'm clicking on it. And now I'm trying to clone here. So you see it cloned it and kind of erase according to the other color. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there is this kind of cross that is working with me. This cross is deciding as I'm going through it which color it replicates. And just to show you an example, if I'm coming here, you'll see that it's taking the white color when it goes here, and then it's not really erasing it like I did here. So you need to be careful that when you are erasing the title, it's doing that it's following the cross. You can go here and make it bigger. The only thing you see that the cross now is inside my circle. So I need to be careful again as to what kind of colors. So you can see that if I'm going to do it from here, it's duplicating the S instead of erasing it. So I need to be careful how I'm actually erasing it and not duplicating. So I need to take, so you can go and do a step backwards, and you go up to edit and step backwards to, or you can also do Z command and option, and that would also get you back. So another way, if you have the background like that, like I have, that it's just one color solid, you can go to the eyedropper and click on it to get what is the color of the background, and then you can have different tools like here, the bucket, that you can put it in the same color, and then it would erase it step by step. Oop, so I need to go one step backward, but you see it's not exactly accurate. There is some like, so I can also in that sense take the brush and color it and see how that's working, and erase here all the shadows by going over it. I can make it bigger. Now, since it's not really a color solid, but it's just gradually changing the colors, I need to really watch how I'm using it. Okay, so I erased this. I can do the same thing for now inside, because I want to take this blue, and then I'm gonna take the bucket. Now you can see that you can still see it because of the round there is the tiles, so I can do it like several times until I'm getting it completely erased. And then I would go to the titles, and I would create a new title. So I would click on the title, and then I need to make it bigger because it's here, it's very small. So I would do it like that. Now you need to choose which font that needs to be connected with the font that was there before and kind of look a little bit the same. And you can choose how you want it to look like and in which color you want it to look like. So the original one was in white, so I can choose to make it white. See here, and I go back here. I do another title. Make it a little bit bigger. And if you remember, this title was a little bit on the side, so I'm trying to make it a little bit rise the way that it was. Doesn't need to be exactly accurate, but you can see here, like it looks a little bit different. Okay, and then the last one. So I'm gonna make it even bigger. That's too much. That should be it. Okay, so I changed the title, and now I'm gonna go and change the face. So to do that, we're gonna do the same thing that we did before with the layer. So as you can see here, I have this layer. I need to unlock it, and then I'm going to layers. I'm doing new layer, and here I have a new layer that needs to be beneath. So I'm gonna put it beneath. Make sure it's beneath and not above. So I'm going back to the original layer. And then here, what I'm gonna do is I can, again, because I didn't push Option, and you can see that it moves, kind of clone the same thing. So I need to make it a little bit smaller. So I can clone to kind of make it look a little bit different, but what I also should do is erase the parts. So I want to keep the glasses, which is challenging. So I'm gonna make it much bigger so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm leaving a little bit part here, and I'm gonna put my face underneath so that it will be my face and not Dan Aykroyd's face playing Elwood Blues in the movie. So I can also here, now obviously we're not going to have the same color of the skin. It's going to be in a different saturation. There was a different lighting, and so that's going to affect the way that it's going to look. And I might need to go and change a little bit the lighting in the picture that I'm gonna put in of myself to adjust to the colors here. So it's kind of a mask that we're creating, if you want to look at it that way. And I need to choose a picture that I have the same kind of, like, the face would be to the side. Okay, so I'm done with here, and I'm gonna go to the lower layer, and I'm gonna take the picture and drag it. Now the picture is gonna be quite big. I'll need to narrow it down. And you can see that I can start to see how it's gonna look like. Now, of course, it's far from being perfect. And I need to play with the proportions so that that would kind of work. So now I need to take like some kind of an angle to it, maybe even more, maybe even more, yeah, even more. So I'm going to take an angle, instead of 10, we're going to put 13. I'm getting there. 15, yes, okay. So now, as you can see, he is much more orange in the color than mine. So what I can do is I can still be on my picture, and then I go to image adjustments, and here I can do hue and saturation and try to see how I can make myself a little bit more orangey like. See, the color is starting to be a little bit more. Now, if I go back to, so this is of course not a perfect picture, but it's getting close to kind of the basics of how to use Photoshop into changing the colors and changing the ways that it looks like. Now, when you finish, you go to File, you go to Save As, and you make sure to save if you want the Photoshop file for yourself. But for submission, I need the JPEG that would be movie poster, and you put your last name and you save it to the desktop. Of course, always maximum. So this is the original one and this is the Photoshop one. Both of them you're going to put in the V drive on your folder. So I hope it was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.